Hey guys, what's up? It's Biscuit Horror Reviews. I just got back from Cinema Wasteland, the first Cinema Wasteland I've been to in 3 years. It's been a hell of a long time since I've been there, um, and it was a great time being back. I went with my friend Derek, who I did the MRE live stream with. We were going to get some MREs and do an MRE live stream from the hotel room, but we forgot to get MREs, so that didn't happen. I didn't run into anybody, which I'm kind of happy about, because I did not shave my facial hair or my head for the convention. I'm growing my hair out for Halloween costume, but I at least wanted to shave like the top part of my head so it's not as patchy and gross looking. But I was like, yeah, I'll do that in the morning before I leave. And same with my face. And then I woke up that morning and just didn't do it because I didn't feel like it. So I'm actually happy that nobody recognized me or ran into me because I look fucking gross right now. But, you know, at least it's not that bad through video. I spent a decent little chunk of money. So let me just show off some of the stuff I bought. I'll start with I guess I'll just start with just like the singular titles I got just from specific booths. This one I got for $25, which I'm happy I scored this for $25. It's the new Blu-ray of Jacko, and it comes with this nice poster, this poster is going to get hung up somewhere, most definitely. Jacko is a movie I reviewed a few years back on my channel, and I remember saying back then that it's like a very fun Halloweeny movie that feels sort of like an R.L. Stine story, but with like tits. And I haven't seen it since then, and I'm very happy to watch this restored version, this 4K HD transfer from the original 16mm negative. I'm very excited to see it and see how it looks now, because the version I watched was a VHS rip from forever ago. I stopped by the booth of the guys that did these movies. I'm talking about this one in particular, Freak. This is a somewhat recent from I think last year, maybe the year before. Slasher film. It's about like an hour long. It's a little short, but it's the killer in it is like a deformed monster man in the woods, and he's like almost entirely stop motion and puppeteering, and it's really, really great stuff, and it's heavy on the gore effects. It's really good, low budget, splattery kind of slasher film. And I also got this from the same guys. It's their newest one that just came out, that was screening at the convention, which I couldn't catch the screening because I was busy getting dinner. But it's Uncle Sleezo's Toxic and Terrifying TV Hour. It's from what I've heard, it's basically a horror anthology themed around it being like a horror hosts show. The guys are nice enough to autograph it for me, which it's a little hard to see, but there's one, and I think there's another one right there. And then I got this screen worn costume swatch. It is a single piece of fabric taken from a screen-worn costume. And it's limited to 70 pieces. I got number 63. Very excited to pop this one in and give this one a watch. Freak was really good, and as soon as I saw they were doing some kind of like horror host movie, after I finished Freak, I was like, okay, what else have these guys done? And I saw they're doing like a horror host sort of film. I was very interested. Stopped by Henrik Kuto's booth, as always. I always like to stop by and say hi to Henrik. I haven't seen him in person in 3 years since the last Cinema Wasteland I attended, and back then I had a full head of hair. I was a very different person back then, so it was weird seeing him again for the first time in a few years, but it was also very nice, to see him again, have a quick conversation with him. And I bought a Blu-ray of his newest project, which is a series that he has made. It's an anthology series. Um, it is basically 8 shot on video, not shot on video, but it's 8 found footage episodes. It's found footage of this series, and it's basically just like 8 found footage short films that he's done. And I'm 100% willing to give this a shot. It was only like $25. I wasn't gonna say, or I think it was like 30, but still, it's not bad. This is like the newest project he's done. I wanted to check it out. It's his newest horror project, especially because when he always announces that he's doing like, oh, I'm producing a new raunchy comedy. It's just like, yeah, you can do that. Like, that's cool, man. But like, that's not really what I'm keeping track on your work for. I'm keeping track for stuff like this. And we talked about the Boggy Creek. We talked about Legend of Boggy Creek and stuff like that. Because he did the Boggy Creek series, which I still have yet to watch. I also grabbed this while at his table. It is the first Babysitter Massacre novel, Daddy's Little Killer. I grabbed this because it was $10. Like I said with the last book I bought, which was Midnight by John Russo, just like with that book, this book is also on Audible, so maybe I'll buy the audiobook of this and read along with it, because I'm not good at reading on my own. I'm just not too great at it. I stopped by the Severin booth and picked up a few titles. Had to do some catching up on some of the titles that they've been releasing, so I had to do a bit of catch up. And of course, I got Don't Go in the House, which I've been meaning to get a copy of this movie since I saw it in high school and really, really liked it. And this is like the definitive Blu-ray release of Don't Go in the House, probably. And I'm very happy that they did a nice Blu-ray release of this, because before this there wasn't a very good release of Don't Go in the House. I've got Night of the Demon. Speaking of video nasty like slashers, Night of the Demon. This is the Bigfoot slasher film that was on the Video Nasties list. That is like famously has a scene where Bigfoot rips a biker's cock off, and that's like the best scene in the whole movie. Last I saw Night of the Demon, it was a very, very bad VHS rip on like a 8-pack of like horror movies. So I have not seen it in quite a while, in like a few years, and I'm excited to revisit it, especially with a nice restoration. I got Grizzly because I had to get Grizzly. This is probably like my favorite William Girdler film. William Girdler is a very interesting filmmaker. He did like Day of the Animals, and he did this, Day of the Animals. I'm trying to think of what else he did. He did Abby, I believe. But this is like his Jaws cash-in, his Jaws ripoff. That is basically Jaws, but with a 18-foot tall grizzly bear. And this is like this movie was like originally rated PG, which is kind of insane to me, because it was like, this movie was like actually kind of pretty graphic. And I really like this one. This one's like a really great like animal attack horror film. This is like one of the best Jaws ripoffs, I think. I got Midnight, the John Russo film, which oh my god, I love this cover art for Midnight so much. Just like it works so well. It makes you want to watch the movie. And yeah, Midnight is a movie that I actually saw for the first time like exactly 4 years ago, like this week. So I'm gonna have to revisit it, because I haven't seen it since I first watched it, but I remember really, really liking it. And this is the new Blu-ray of like the uncut version that has never been released before. So very excited for that. Very happy that they did this one. I also got Bloody Pit of Horror, because who the fuck doesn't want a copy of Bloody Pit of Horror? This movie is amazing. I really like it. Classic Italian horror. This is like the uncut version that, as far as I know, um, this is like the official worldwide Blu-ray premiere of this film, as well as the premiere of this new restoration of the, like, uncut version that they found in a film vault. Not too many special features on this one compared to something like, Midnight, which has like a decent little chunk of special features. But it's not all about the special features. It's got a nice slip cover, which I really like. I haven't seen this one in a few years, but I always remember really liking this one. So this is another one that I'm very excited to revisit, because I remember this being like equally like pulpy and fun and like colorful, but also like disturbing and trashy and exploitative. So we'll have to see how this is. And then the last thing I grabbed, which this was like, I grabbed this because they basically told me, like, hey, you've got, like, a couple of the movies from the front row here, this is the new stuff. If you buy one more of them, then you'll save, like, this much off of, all of the new titles that you grabbed. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll grab this. And I was stuck between this and Tales to Keep You Awake. And I regret not grabbing Tales to Keep You Awake because it looked really cool, but it's a TV series, and I'm so not good at TV series. Like, they have to be either a very short series, or it's gotta be, like, 11-minute episodes. I cannot do a fucking television series. Which is one of the big reasons I didn't grab it. So I grabbed this instead, which this is the new release. This is their newest, Severn's newest kids release. It's My Grandpa's a Vampire, which... This is the American Blu-ray premiere of this film. It's a children's vampire comedy. I've never seen this before. I just know it stars Al Lewis, who was Grandpa Munster in The Munsters. So I'm definitely very excited for this. Al Lewis is like amazing in The Munsters. So is Fred Gwynne. But like Al Lewis is like super expressive, super amazing in The Munsters. I'm very excited to see how he is in this children's vampire comedy. Very, very excited for that. I picked up the new fucking Kino Blu-ray of Planet of the Vampires, which I saw this film like last year and I really liked it. And I was immediately disappointed that there wasn't a US Blu-ray. And I'm so happy that there is a US Blu-ray now. This is like a new 2K transfer of the film. I'm excited to pop this one in and give this one another watch, because I remember this being like an amazing Mario Bava film. If not one of the weirder Mario Bava films, because usually when you think Mario Bava and like horror, you're thinking like, atmospheric Victorian villages and castles and monsters, or you're thinking ghosts and giallo films and murderers in red gloves, not red gloves, but leather gloves, stuff like that. Like, you think more like normal Italian horror when you think, and more kind of fantastical stuff, witches and stuff like that, when you think Mario Bava a lot of the time. You don't really think weird energy vampire, like, sci-fi film. You don't really think that when you think Mario Bava, which is why Planet of the Vampires works so fucking well. It's so great, and it looks fucking amazing, and I'm sure this Blu-ray looks amazing. Speaking of movies that look absolutely fucking amazing, I've got the recent, according to the cover, limited edition Blu-ray of the Christopher Lee vehicle, City of the Dead, which I wish this had different cover art, because like this cover art is like, don't get me wrong, it's like it's good cover art, but like this makes it look like it's a normal zombie movie. This makes it look like it's in color, and like it's gonna be a colorful, comic booky, pulpy zombie film. But this is a film that's shot in black and white. It's an atmospheric, fog-covered, cursed village, fucking atmospheric as fuck, vibe-a-thon film. Like, it's fucking, this is vibe horror at its fucking strongest. And yeah, it's on Blu-ray, and I'm happy. I got this for like $15. I'm surprised to find it. Also grabbed this one. This is a long this is a long time member of the like I've got to buy this list, and I'm happy I finally got it. It's Octoman. Octoman is always a good time. I haven't seen Octoman since probably since I was in high school. But I've always really liked Octoman. I love octopus monsters, so like Octoman was right up my alley. And when I first saw it, and I loved it when I first saw it, and I'm very excited to revisit this one. This one also, fucking. This one also comes with the 1972 science fiction film The Cremators in HD as a bonus, which is kind of cool. And the last thing I have here, this is a rather short Cinema Wasteland update, mainly because everything I have, I don't really have like, I don't know, don't get me wrong, like I have things to say about these movies, but some of them I haven't some of them I haven't seen in a while, or some of them I haven't seen at all. So I can't say too much other than, like, basic information that I have. This last thing is something that's already been in my collection since 2020. I've had this since it came out. But I took it to the convention to get it autographed, and it's my Al Adamson box set, which you can't really see it too well on the camera, but like if you look at it in person, it's easier to see. But you can see it kind of like right there. To Cody from Zandor Arkhov, Zandor Vorkov. That's Zandor Vorkov, who was the Dracula in Dracula versus Frankenstein. He was also in Brain of Blood, and he was just I think he was like just Al Adamson and Sam Sherman's accountant, and they were like, "Hey, could you be Dracula for us?" And they put him in the movie, and they gave him a fake name. So in the film, it's introducing Xander Vorkov as Dracula, and yeah, he's a pretty nice guy. Seemed a little tired, but to be fair, the man is like of a somewhat advanced age, so I'm not gonna blame him for being tired. I was fucking tired, and I was there just walking around. I didn't have to greet people and hold conversation with people. But still, I told him he was one of my favorite film Draculas, among my top 3 Draculas. And if you are curious as to my top 3 Draculas, it is Xander Vorkov, Udo Kier in Blood for Dracula, and Max Schreck and Nosferatu. That's in no particular order, mind you. And if you want to take it a step further, for favorite Draculas, we're going to get into the top 5. Lugosi is also in there, and so is Klaus Kinski in and Werner Herzog's Nosferatu film in the 70s. Couple other things. I got myself a couple of stickers that will probably end up on my laptop, and a patch, which I need to show off here. I got this very nice Gilman patch. Gilman is like my favorite of the Universal monsters. One of them. Him and the Mummy are like my favorites. And then I got this Channel 83 Civic TV Videodrome sticker, and this Silver Shamrock Novelties sticker, which I'll use those on something. But that's it. Oh no, wait, that's not it. What the fuck am I doing? There's a whole stack of stuff at my feet that I'm not even I'm fucking stupid. I was wondering, like, man, this doesn't feel like everything, and then I forgot that I had a whole stack of fucking titles sitting at my feet that I just, refuse to bend over and grab. So, yeah. I think this is it. Let me... Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I got a couple Vinegar Syndrome titles. I got Surf 2, which I've never seen. I mainly grabbed this because I've been curious about it for a while, and because, like, I figured, why the fuck not? It's right there in front of me, Surf 2. Nothing too much to say about that one. This next one is another one that I don't think too much needs to be said about it. It's The Incredible Melting Man, the new 4K release of The Incredible Melting Man. Finally on 4K. I have not seen this movie in many, many years, probably since I first saw it in high school. And I remember seeing it in high school and thinking to myself, man, this movie really isn't that, like, bad of a movie. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not good, but, like, this is not the worst movie ever made, like a lot of people have said. Or a lot of people like to say sometimes. Or at least, like a lot of people used to say. You don't hear people say this one anymore when they talk about in the running of the worst movie ever made. But, you used to hear it sometimes. Incredible Melting Man, what can I say? It's about a man. He's incredible. He melts. Look at that mug. I got the new Blu-ray of Thriller: A Cruel Picture, which comes with this nice slipcover. You know how much this Blu-ray costs? This Blu-ray cost me about $35. You know how much, and it comes with multiple different cuts in the film, scanned, new scans, and 4K. All of this right here, all of this big ass wall of text is all special features and information about all the effort they put into this release. At the Synapse Films fucking booth, they have their Blu-rays of Thriller, their recent Blu-ray releases of Thriller: A Cruel Picture, sitting out. And if anybody knows anything about those, you might know that those Blu-rays are like just upscales of the DVDs of Thriller: A Cruel Picture, which Synapse is still sitting on copies of because they haven't managed to sell all of them yet. But yeah, this is the fucking, like, definitive Blu-ray of Thriller: A Cruel Picture. It contains both cuts. Now you don't gotta buy separate DVDs like you did with the original DVD releases to get the different cuts. This contains all the cuts in 4K, like 4K quality at least. I think these are all 4K scans. More than certain. Damn, there's a lot of fucking special features on this, too. Like, I haven't even gone through all of this yet. Including newly translated subtitles, too. Damn. Yeah, I'm very excited to pop this one in. I have not watched this one in a minute. And then we got the big box set that I bought from them because I was like, yes, I need this. I need to own this. It's the Homegrown Horror Set, Volume 1. Contains 3 movies, Fatal Exam, Winter Beast, and Beyond Dream's Door. Fatal Exam is like a slasher film, kind of, sort of, about a haunted, like, house, I think. Supernatural slasher. This one is like the least interesting of the 3, but it's still pretty fun. This one's probably the best of the 3. It's Winter Beast. It's a weird, a very effects heavy, shot on 16 and Super 8, kind of folk horror film. I can't really say more than that. Then we got this one, which is Beyond Dream's Door, which is another, like, these are just really great, like, super low budget, like, regional films from various decades. I think like the most recent one is like Fatal Exam. I think Fatal Exam is from like 1990. Yeah, I think 1990. But I love this. I love this this idea for the set, for the Homegrown Horror set. I like the premise of it. All of the movies are super amazing, super interesting films. So I'm so happy to have them. So happy as to have this as an addition to the shelf of nice box sets from companies. But that's it. That's everything. That's it for now, guys. That's been the Cinema Wasteland haul. But yeah, this has been Biscuit Boo Horror Reviews, and I'm gonna sign off and just spend the rest of my day chilling. And you guys have a good one. Peace.